Don't let self-love be an excuse to not do anything. Sometimes too much of a good thing is also a bad thing. I always give excuses to myself and I'm like, this is self-love. Deep down inside, I know that I feel very dissatisfied if I don't kick myself to go towards the goal that I want to work towards. Hi everyone. Should I get you a glass of water? Let me know if you want any water, okay? It's Bao from Bao the Pigeon. I don't know why I say Bao from Bao the Pigeon as if like I have a movie myself or something. Ryan Gosling from Today, I've got script. I've got my laptop here. Usually when I'm traveling around, I would feel more for doing some vlogs. But I'm getting kind of old, so I'm not really fond of doing vlogs anymore. I like to sit down, have a cup of tea, and I like to laze around all day. Today's topic is a little bit more serious. As a person that is very easily distracted, I have been told so many times that I have ADHD or like I should get myself checked for ADHD. And I have many ADHD symptoms. Many of the people around me, they will agree that I can be doing this right now and then suddenly I'm distracted by a little ant. The problem is I still have big goals in life. So I am feeling very unhappy with myself. At night, I sit at the edge of the bed and I berate myself for another day that is that I didn't step towards my goals. Then I can't sleep. So I will think, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna be more motivated, I'm gonna get this done. But then tomorrow comes and I don't do it. And then the cycle just continues and I end up sleeping very late and I'm unable to, continue my beautiful morning routine which I've set up for myself very long ago. I've always been very undisciplined. But throughout the years, I guess I have found that some things work with me. There is never a single thing that has a 100% success rate, but I would say they move me about 50 to 70% of the time. It's not bad. Okay, we got to take the win. So every day, I'm actually hatching up new ideas on how to make more money and how to be more successful and how to be more productive, all sorts of things, okay? But there's only one problem, me. Let's talk about like these ADHD symptoms. So I just want to say that I'm not diagnosed with ADHD. I've just been told by many people that I should get myself checked or I have a lot of symptoms like that. But disclaimer, if you are someone who has ADHD for real or you think you have, please look for a healthcare professional. Don't look for me, okay? I'm not trained in anything like that. I just get told a lot by untrained people that I should get myself checked and I didn't. But when I went to do like a do you have ADHD quiz, I tick like 95% of the boxes. If you are easily distracted, you can trust me. Don't be afraid, okay? We are gonna tackle this right now. We are gonna at least scratch the surface like you would a dog's belly. Okay, it's funnier when I think of it than when I say let's go. Imagine yourself sitting at the table. You are going to start some work. You want to work towards your goals. You want to be productive. And then you sit down and then you think, nah, I'm not going to do any work. I don't really want to. I don't feel like it and it's not very urgent. So what would I do? So you start to look at your phone and you scroll your social media, whatever you like, okay? And then you reach the end of the day, you get nothing done. What I have for this, right, is to just start doing it. Give yourself 5 minutes to do that particular thing and then that can be all the spark you need to just get started. Okay, sometimes the thinking of the task will make it seem like it's a bigger task than it actually is. We're gonna stop any form of procrastination by just directly doing the thing and then just... I know it sounds stupid, but it really works for me 70% of the time. Not 100%, okay? And then another 30%, I still need a little dopamine hit. It has a passable success rate, okay? It has an A, but it's not an A+. So let's move on to the next one. This one is... You know how sometimes when you are checking things off your list and you're feeling very productive, but at the end of the day, there's that one big, urgent, important thing that I'm not getting done. This is where people like us who are easily distracted, we need a highlight of the day. So what is a highlight of the day? Basically, this is the main task of the day that you will feel accomplished if you complete it. You just have to make sure you finish that. It is an important and urgent task that usually takes a significant amount of time, but 1.5 to 2 hours. I learned this from making time. So I've thought about this book before, is how to make more time for things that you love, your side hustle, your goals. My main takeaway is to have a highlight of the day. But how am I able to have little side tasks? Because I can't only just do one thing. Yes, you can have a few side tasks at the side. You still have to answer calls, you still have to reply messages. I mean, those are like little side tasks. So it's your main bitch. Okay, don't pay too much attention to your side bitches. Okay, your main bitch is what is gonna matter the most. Okay, the next tip, I actually asked my therapist if my main task takes 20 hours to do. My therapist just gave me very nice, caring eyes. Her eyes will look at you face. It's not sympathetic, there's a difference. She will look at you, she's like, She actually turned to the board and she wrote break it down on the whiteboard. And so she actually drew a timeline for me and she said, okay, so let's say this is 100% of the task. What you're gonna do is you're gonna break it down into parts. It can be in percentage or it can be in sections. So you finish the first part, what you have to do first. Then the next part, it is kinda intuitive, common sense. I think all the clues. Okay, sometimes we just need someone to tell us we need to do this, even though we already know. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of people talking about procrastination, and the main message is that people who procrastinate are not lazy, they are just afraid of the task being big, afraid of failure. Whatever it is usually stem from fear, because this particular task matters to them. The more important it is, the more you feel doing it, actually the more you should be doing it. So break it down into chewable pieces. Let it be something that you can manage, so you can go to sleep at night satisfied. Being a person who is easily distracted, I actually can't really do super big amounts of stuff unless I'm hit by motivation, like suddenly I have a lot of energy. If not, like it is literally impossible to be doing a lot of main tasks in one day. My bigger achievements are usually done by breaking things down into little pieces. Even this video, I also script it out first, and then today I'm filming it, and I will also need to edit this video subsequently. And the really big part that you will procrastinate on is the video editing. Okay, if you enjoy video editing, that's regular people. We procrastinate, we fear the video editing because it will take forever. And people who are naggy like me, we fear it more. So just now I talked about massive bursts of motivation. Yes, correct. You are going to maximize it. Anytime you get a sudden burst of energy, you heard this great motivational speech and you are pumped up, maximize it, okay? Make use of it. Really try to complete as much as you can, because maybe the next few days you will be like, nah, I don't do anything. Think about it. If you can accomplish 2 to 3 days worth of work in one go, then tomorrow you may still feel that sense of satisfaction from the work that you have done today, and you can just do a little bit of work instead of the day's work. Ultimately, I have the work done and everything, and I would feel more or less satisfied. I think that's really helpful for me. This next thing is to find someone to push you or set a timer for yourself. Because people like me, I kind of need a little bit of push and a sense of urgency to do work. Usually if the deadline is very far away, I don't really start. This in Parkinson's law. Time is stretched to complete the work done. If I don't have someone pushing me, I will actually set a timer and let the timer be the force to push myself to do the work. The clock is ticking. So if I set a timer, I will actually try to get my task completed. Maybe like an hour and a half for my task. And if I need longer, I will set another timer. This is just to kind of trick your brain a little into pushing yourself to do some work. I will actually want to tell you the truth, which is that setting timer, it only works for only 50% of the time. So you are not a failure if you don't succeed at this. The next thing that I have for you is Jordan Sparks said it best when she said you need to take it one step at a time. I really believe in this.
We live and we learn to take one step at a time. There's no need to rush.
All you can control is your next step. Just like how you can't control the external factors, I can't control how many people watch this video. And the only thing that I can try to do is to make sure that my videos are up to schedule. Recently it's getting even harder with me traveling and being on the road. so much, but I'm really still trying my best to upload the videos as I go. So that is the only thing we can control. If you think about too many steps ahead, you will be afraid and you will end up procrastinating again. My problem is I'm a big procrastinator. My therapist said that this is because I'm quite a perfectionist. We'll talk about this in another video. It's just I have a lot of issues. So every time I'm in a space where I feel very frustrated and in the self-loathing, why haven't I done more today energy, whoever you are, if you're watching this, you get what I mean, okay? You are just in that space where you hate yourself for being such a useless bum. Okay, I feel that constantly. Okay, but I remind myself to ask myself what is the next best step. It is very important to ask yourself this, think about it clearly, what you want to do to achieve your goal. Then the next day, that can be your highlight. You can change it as you go. I would say when you catch yourself in a rut, this is the best question that you can ask yourself, and it's the only thing that you can do for yourself. Another thing I want to say is don't compare yourself to people who maybe they have done the same thing as you have, but they are at different stage as you. We like to see how successful or how whatever, blank other people are, but we fail to consider that they were in our shoes last time, and at that point in time, all they can do is also to take the next best step.
From Saul, before you can advance, you must flip every switch and kill all the monsters that come out.
We like to look at them and then we think, that's who I want to be, and then we look at ourselves and we're like, oh my goodness, I'm so far behind this person. While that is all very impressive, sometimes we have to ground ourselves and just think about where they have come from. I always think, why didn't I start my channel sooner? I've had a friend who was just pushing me to start. I keep talking about it. I was like, to start my own YouTube channel, blah blah blah, and that was me 3 years ago, and now 3 years later, I still have the same goal. I procrastinated for 3 years. I fully regret it, but they say the best time to plant a tree was yesterday. The next best time to plant a tree is today. I'm not gonna wait anymore. I think you shouldn't too. If I could, I would have started saving money since I was a little bit okay, but I didn't know that life was this tough. Final thing I want to say is self-love. Don't quit on me now. Self-love is talked about a lot, and honestly a little self-love goes a long way. But for people like me, I feel I should give myself self-love, but not too much. I'm the kind of person who, when the world is just burning, I can just be lying here like a dead person. I don't care if the whole day can be wasted and I don't feel a pinch of regret. No. I feel totally fine until I'm about to sleep. I know myself, and I know that I can't treat myself too nicely. I can't be too relaxed with my own rules with myself, so I have to set a certain kind of standard for myself. My rule of thumb is just, if you don't feel like it today, you do a little bit, and then the whole day is yours. I just do that little bit. Set certain rules for yourself, forgive yourself just for that day, but start again tomorrow. Don't let self-love be an excuse to not do anything. Sometimes too much of a good thing is also a bad thing. I always give excuses to myself, and I'm like, deep down inside, I know that I feel very dissatisfied if I don't kick myself to go towards the goal that I want to go towards. Actually, I have been feeling very moody and unproductive. I have a lot of backlog videos, my part-time job, and I feel like absolute crap. Before I sleep every night, it is just a whole self-loading spiral. Yesterday, after I scripted out this video, I actually had a good night's sleep, so you can see that actually if I'm productive, I do feel better about myself. If you have goals, try to overcome this part of yourself and you can emerge a better person. Let's all work towards it together. I'm a lazy bum. I still have this video. If you like this video, please like this video, okay? I mean, do it in the practical sense. I heard it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you like me, consider subscribing. Sometimes you just need a little bit of naggy, inspirational person to kick you in the ass and tell you you need to do this. I'll see you in the next video, okay? Bye! And you feel very limp and mopey and then bored.